Hello again and welcome back to the Vintage Workshop. My name's Jeff. How's it going, everybody? I wanted to make a video showing you guys my Sterling drill grinder. I mentioned this a couple of years back in one of the morning coffee videos about new tool acquisitions. I picked this up at an auction as a, I didn't go there to buy it, but it was a purchase of opportunity. For years, I mean, everybody has drill bits in their workshop, and for years I got mixed results using just a regular grinder and doing it by hand. It's always somewhat difficult if you're not doing it all the time. Not difficult, but you know, you might drill, sharpen 5 drill bits and you might get 3 perfect, one's a little off, one needs to go back and get it done again. This particular machine here basically is considered one of the better ones that was ever built for the purpose of making perfect grinds every single time on your drill bits. And when you get into drill bits like this one, this is an MT4 taper shank drill bits, and you machinists that do a lot of big work know that you know, a good even grind on both sides of the cutting tip is often very advantageous to getting a hole drilled properly on your lathe using the tailstock or on a mill, where you're not only just cutting on one side, and when you get uneven grinds you end up cutting just on one side. It ends up causing the drill bit to wander a little bit in the hole. So you know, you're chasing your tail a little bit with that, especially if you're a guy like me that does, you know, enough machine work, but I'm not sitting here doing it every single day all day long, where running over to the drill grinder, to a regular bench grinder, and zapping this thing out at a perfect 59 degrees on each side, or 118 degrees total for steel, is something that I do every day. So at any rate, enough justification for the purchase. That's completely unnecessary, as we already know. I'm going to go ahead and show you the features of this guy, and then I'm going to show you, this is a drill bit that I recently acquired. I bought it at auction. It was dirt cheap. Reason being is that it was damaged. The flutes are kind of uneven down at the bottom, which I really don't care about. I would be needing to do about an 8-inch grind before worrying about, or an 8-inch drill before doing that. But let me see if you can see that there. The chipping on both of these, and this thing has been ground obviously by hand several times. I measured it with my protractor. One side is completely off of the other side. Neither one is at the proper angle. One angle is less than 59 degrees. The other angle is way more than 59 degrees. And just for giggles, I stuck this in the tailstock on the lathe and chucked up a piece of scrap thicker steel just to see, and all it did was bounce around. Not even cutting. The edges are basically almost ground flat. So I'm going to show you guys first. I'm going to bring you in close. I'll show you some of the features that make this drill grinder really nice, just in case you ever get an opportunity to pick one up. I'll show you how it adjusts and everything, and then I will go ahead and regrind this drill bit so you guys get an idea of just what a fine quality is. Lately, I've been keeping my eyes on metalworking auctions because I don't have the kind of metalworking tooling laying around here like I do for woodworking. For woodworking, I've been pretty much set up for a very long time because I've been doing it professionally for 35 years. But with metalworking, I try to wait until I get good deals, and every once in a while you'll come across a big drill bit like this. I mean, these things are a couple $100 plus if you buy them brand new each. I recently bought a box of 35 drill bits for $100 from a friend of mine who I took a scraping class with. And this particular drill bit I just bought a couple weeks ago because I needed to punch a bigger hole in some tooling that I'm making. And this is 1 3/4 inch, and I picked it up for 13 bucks. Pretty much a steal. This is an American made, let's see here, made in the USA, Butterfield. So really good quality old school steel, high speed steel bit. Let's get in here and show you this drill grinder. This particular Sterling grinder is a 3-phase, 1 horsepower motor. It's got high and low capability, high voltage, low voltage capabilities. I've got it wired for 220 volt three-phase, because that's what I have in my shop via my phase converter. Sterling is a division manufactured by McDonough Manufacturing. They are out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and they are still in business today, making this same grinder still available. I actually needed some of the little parts for adjusting the drill bit webs. This has the ability to drill either a fine point drill bit for punching holes. So you can start out with really small drill bits all the way up to, it says 2.5 inches, but you can actually drill a 3-inch drill bit, 3-inch diameter drill bit with this. And what they do is they have these guys, which are the little jigs that mount here up on the swing arm. And what they are for is for setting the correct angle of the webs and adjusting it so it registers against the fluid of the drill, so that you can either make wide or shallow drill the points on the tips of the drill bits. And also these will handle 2-flute drill bits as well as 4-flute coring bits. So you can actually completely grind both styles of drill bits, which makes this very versatile. I know the Oliver of Adrian drill grinders are also very high quality, very sought after drill grinders. But the reason why I decided to get this instead of that is because that one won't do. It's either, I don't remember which one it is, but it will only do one or the other style of drill bit. It won't do either a fine sharp point or a split point drill bit. I'm not sure which one it is. One of you guys that has one can leave that information in the comments. But this has a fully adjustable for all the different types of grinds that you would want to do. This head, this lever right here, allows you to literally tilt the head up and down instead of tilting the tool holder, which also tilts for other reasons. But this head goes through a full range so that you can do flat grinds all the way up to, I believe, 140 degrees, which is a 70 degree per side angle, for depending on the hardness and style of the material that you're trying to drill through. I ended up needing to contact McDonough just because the 59 degree jig for holding the drill bits in the head correctly was so worn out from being scraped. Whoever was using this was getting a little bit too close to the grinding wheel, because they literally ground the bevels right off of the piece. So this one here is brand new. I called them up. They had it here in a couple of days. So 59 degrees is pretty much what I drill, what I grind all my drill bits to. It's the most common size for both woodworking as well as drilling in steel, and those are basically the two medium that I'm working in all the time. We don't do any work for NASA drilling titanium or anything like that. So at any rate, let me bring you in even closer still, and I will show you some of the features on this. One other thing while I'm zoomed out a little bit further, this arm right here is how you adjust the arm in closer and tighter to the grind, because once you get everything set up, which I'm about to show you, then you bring this in so that the gap between the jig on the end as well as the drill bit web is roughly to within about 1/16 of an inch before you start grinding. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so one of the first things you do when you're setting up is you have to determine the diameter of the drill that you want to grind, and you want to set that up on the grinder. So as I zoom in here, you've got the little handle, which is right here, and that is how you set the adjustment. And as you see, I'm going to zoom in here, and it has your drill diameter gauge, which goes from 1/8 of an inch all the way up to, it says 2.5, but you can probably see a little mark right here, and that little mark is for a 3-inch drill bit. The place that I purchased it from was grinding a lot larger drill bits with this unit, and it does work very fine for that. At any rate, so once you do set the grinder with the little pointer, which is right there, you set that up. Then what you want to do is swing around to the other side, and you lock that in place with the arm, and then you swing this around, and I'm going to take you over to the other side of the drill, and I'm going to show you the drill grinder and show you the other setup. So it has the setting for that, and there's a hand dial on the other side, and you literally unlock it and then just dial it one way or the other, set it to the correct diameter that you're drilling, and then you get ready to go. Another really nice feature is the tool holder on this grinder, and this is a micrometer stop drill bit advancer, for lack of a better term. I don't know what they say in the manual, I didn't read it. But basically what you have is a lock. You unloosen this and then adjust it up or down depending on the length of the drill bit you're grinding, just to get it close. And then you've got roughly 3/4 of an inch of micrometer adjustment through a screw thread with this knurled handle right here, and you literally turn it in or turn it out, and it's a very positive advancement. So basically what you want to do is you take a little off each side, advance the drill bit, and you're constantly rotating the drill bit, which I'll show you, until you go from a completely, sometimes you're just touching up, sometimes, and in my case, I've got a box of drill bits. Most of them are broken, so I'm regrinding and reestablishing the grinds on them, and this is a really nice feature to very quickly go from side to side and slowly but surely traverse through a full grind so that you have a nice usable drill bit again. Let me back you out a little bit, and then I will show you some more features on the head of the grinder. Alright, so this grinder also has a built-in diamond dresser for the wheel. You guys know if you're grinding, you always want to make sure you got a nicely dressed wheel, especially on the finished grind, to get the best possible finish on the high-speed steel drill bit as possible. They also sell diamond wheels for this, so if you want to go ahead and grind your carbide drill bits, you can do that on this grinder as well using a diamond wheel. And basically what it is it's another micrometer advance for a diamond wheel, a diamond cutter, diamond tipped on here, much like you would see on like a surface grinder or just a regular wheel dresser. And this swings down and through right here. You can kind of hear it. And obviously you do that while the drill bit's running, and you'll see me do that in a second, but you always want to give yourself a very small amount of fresh grind when you start grinding, so that way you get a nice clean grind on your drill bit without a lot of scratches in it. Okay, I've got the drill grinder all set up for the 1 3/4 bit now. I've got the clearance for the drill bit, which is obviously the arc coming down, set right in the middle at 10 degrees. And I've got it set so that the point is a little skinnier than wider. I don't have a technical term for it, but I'll show you when the grind is done. So let's get after it. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the wheel real quick. As you can see, I've got my headgear on, so I won't be talking during the rest of this. You'll just be able to see the process. Alright guys, here's the finished grind. Took a heck of a lot more work than I actually thought it was. Those two bevels were off by quite a bit, but I ended up getting it ground down. Looks like I removed a little bit more than an eighth inch of high-speed steel, but now I've got a nice even grind. Okay gang, so that gives you a pretty good opportunity to see what the drill grinder is capable of doing. Laid out here in front of me is just a small sample of some of the taper shank drill bits that I've been doing regrinds on. I bought all of these used. Here's a box right here full of stuff that still needs to be ground. And on top of that, my regular straight shank jobber drill bits and all that. Every time I'm using one and it starts dulling up, I run over here and you know, once you get it set up on one specific size, it's simply a matter of 30 to 45 seconds to give it a quick zip on both sides of the flutes and touch it back up, and then get right back over to the mill or over to the drill press and get right back at your work. So I wanted to share this with you. The cabinet job that I told you guys about is progressing nicely. I've been working on it all week. Everything, all my parts are over there. I'm not at the point yet where I'm ready to get the editing done and produce that video. So I wanted to do a couple of small videos, this one and perhaps one more, before I have time to edit the hours and hours and hours of video that I've been taking on the cabinet job. So that should be coming up soon. Until then, I want to thank everybody once again for watching the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Our subscriber count is slowly but surely climbing up there. And please hit the like button. That helps a lot. And if you guys don't mind, in your social media outlets, go ahead and feel free to share this. I'd like to get the videos out to as many people as possible. So until next time, thanks for watching the Vintage Workshop. My name's Jeff, and I'll be seeing you guys real soon. Thanks again.